This podcast is certified fresh. Freshmediaworks.com.
Welcome to the Montgomery ISD Athletics Show, where each week we share conversations about everything that makes MISD athletics so great. Montgomery ISD, in partnership with families and community, will graduate all students with the knowledge, skills, and leadership necessary to thrive as productive and responsible citizens. Athletics play a vital role in student success, promoting physical and mental well-being while developing essential life skills like teamwork, leadership, and resilience that benefit students far beyond high school. The Montgomery ISD Coaches Show is fueled by EAG Automotive, East Texas's MVP since 1977. With 8 locations and a winning lineup of new and pre-owned rides, they bring the heat with hometown hustle and high-performance service. EAG Automotive, where East Texas drives to win.
With 60,000 fiber route miles across 20 states, we deliver reliable solutions. We prioritize customer service to build better relationships and a better Texas. Consolidated Communications. Let's build a better network.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Montgomery ISD Athletics Show. I'm Chris Daly. I am joined today by golf head coach Ronnie Cooper from Montgomery High School. How you doing, Coach?
I'm great, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. I get to talk sports. I mean, what a good life, right?
There you go. Yes, sir.
So I guess give people a little background if they don't know about you or the Montgomery Golf Program. How long you been there? How good is the program?
We have a tradition, long-standing tradition of golf. I was lucky enough to go to high school here. And then the guy that sort of started everything, the ball rolling forward, was Rusty Harridge, who built an incredible program. And then I was lucky enough that he hired me. This is my 26th year at Montgomery High School and 24th in golf. So my third year in, he came to me and said, "Hey, I'd like you to go full-time golf." And I said, "Yes, sir, let's go." And we went to work, and it's been fun.
I love that. And you mentioned you have a tradition. Talk about the tradition of Montgomery Golf.
So, believe it or not, way back in the day, back when I was in high school, even because I graduated from Montgomery in 1992, there was we had some really good boy golfers. And then Coach Harrods luckily built up the girls program as well when he started year-round golf. And so since pretty much the mid 90s, our girls program has been to state, and the boys program has been there many times. Obviously, we won a lot of state titles. I was fortunate enough to have my daughter who played here for us from 2014 to 2018. She won the first ever 6A individual state tournament. So we've been like I said, it's a great history, a lot of support from the community. In fact, just yesterday, I was hosting a junior high golf tournament for Montgomery Junior High at Walden, and I had a parent of a former player that came up to me and said, "Hey, Coach, do you remember when Emily Bartholette played?" I'm like, "Oh, yes, sir." So it's fun to be somewhere for a long time.
Yeah,
and then obviously you start seeing. You start coaching the kids that you once coached. So
makes you feel a little old, right?
That's where we are now. Yes, sir.
I love that. And talk about golf, because golf doesn't get the press that a lot of the sports get, but it's a lifelong sport, and it gets you in good positions to meet good people and just to educate us on golf itself.
So that's what I sell, obviously, trying to sell the program, and I sell it as a lifelong sport. We had a neighbor when I lived in April Sound, and he passed away at age 81. Wow. And the day that he died, he played one hole of golf.
Sweet.
He walked, and he had it was got to be from like the 1940s or 50s, little pull cart. And we lived down the road from hole number 7 of the white nine at April Sound. He walked the hole. He finished his hole. He walked back home. He came home. He took a nap and never woke up.
Wow.
And his wife said that was the perfect scripted day for his last day on Earth. So
Yeah, I was going to say, as a
that's what I
golfer,
try to
what?
tell kids is, yeah, I mean, it's, you can play it literally, the fact that you can play different keys now,
Yeah.
and different formats of the game, it means that literally people can play their entire life. And so that's when I talk to kids about golf, I'm like, I'm a big football guy. I love football. I'm 52 years old right now, and I promise you, I'm not gonna end well in a football game. Right, my body just
Right.
doesn't bend that way. So, but golf's one of those games that I mean, heck, when I was at April Sound growing up, we had a guy that had one arm, and he
Yeah.
played golf, and he played every day, and he was actually pretty good. He'd beat you with his one arm. And
Gee.
so when I saw that, as I was probably like 13, 14 years old, I was like, wow, like there's a man who competes every day, even though he has, a disability, and
Uh,
he's loving it. So that's sort of what I see in it. I see it's a game for everyone
yeah.
at different levels. And now with the growing the game and the accessibility of, all the simulators and stuff now that are out there, that you can literally, play golf anywhere.
Yeah. I love that. And what about rules and technology? I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes in your time.
Oh, yes, sir. When I first started, even as a coach, we weren't even allowed to coach the kids on the course.
Yeah.
There was a rule that you could only talk to them at the end of 9 holes. So one year at state, we've got a girl and she's hitting everything left. And I mean, everything's left. And we know why, because
Yeah.
she's lined up left, but we can't tell her, and then after 9 holes is over and she shoots like 45, we're like, sweetheart, you were hitting the ball great. It's exactly where you're lined up. And you say, if you line up correctly, and sure enough, she goes and shoots like 38 on the back nine.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a shame it took the UIL a long time to get that passed, but we finally could start coaching. So that I've seen that part, and then and now we can even have two coaches coach, just like at the college level. So that's been an excitement. That's only been the last 3 years, I guess it is. They've passed the UIL rule where we can actually coach. So it's for the two coaches. It's been a lot of change again
Yeah.
in 20 6 years, because believe it or not, even before I came to Montgomery, when I was at Willis, I started the Willis Junior High program there, and so it's been about 30 years of
Wow.
secondary UIL golf.
Nice. So let's talk about some of the athletes you've got right now, some of the kids. Who's carrying the load, who is surprising, let's highlight some kids.
Well, no problem. Yeah, we've got a great senior team captain, Jordan Harridge, who is committed to play at Sam Houston. And she is. I went to high school with her father. Um, Obviously, her grandfather hired me, so she's a legacy. I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't ask for a better kid, better team captain, competitor. So she's right there at the top. Another young lady we've got are that's actually technically number one right now. It's a sophomore, Caitlin Allen. She's a Division I golfer, and I've got a lot of college coaches that cannot wait until she becomes a junior, and they can start talking to her.
Right.
So I reach out and talk to them now just to put the word out there, but obviously they can't contact them until their junior year. So she's doing well. She actually won 2 tournaments in a row for us, and then I think the last two's actually finished second. So in her last 4 tournaments, she went 1-1, 2-2. So that's pretty solid
Man.
golf.
Yeah.
And then then we have actually got a girl, our number 3, Briley Hamrick, who's come a long way. Her dad actually used to be a coach here at Montgomery in golf, and then he actually is the one that started the Lake Creek program.
Mm.
And she's playing here. She's a junior. She's come a long way. She's shooting in the 70s, and actually had a career round the other day, 76 at Margaritaville, and finished third individually. So that was fantastic. And then we've got another legacy, Carson Thomas, whose sister played for me, Taylor, and then rounding out our top 5 on the girls' side is probably our most improved player this year, and that's Michaela Hanover, who went from JV golf to she's actually been in the 70s twice this year as well.
Wow.
That hard work's paying off.
I love that.
And then on the boys' side, our number one golfer is James Rubino, very talented golfer. His brother played at Glen. I don't think he's planning on playing golf. Golf IQ is pretty high. And when he locks in and gets off to a good start, I personally think he can play with anybody.
Mhm.
He struggles a little bit sometimes getting out of the blocks. Like the other day, I think he started like 8 over, 9 over after about 6 holes, and then played the last 12 at 1 under.
Yeah.
Just a tough start for him. And then we've got he's our team captain, and our other captain is Juan Magallanes, and his brother played for us. He's now playing at Mary Hardin Baylor, and Juan Pablo is he might shoot in the 70s, he might shoot in the high 80s, but he's been locking in the last probably 3 tournaments. He's starting to catch the stride that we're looking for. So I think he can be pretty good.
Excellent, excellent. And you're getting ready for district play. Talk about that, and who's in the district, what the schedule will look like, how you qualify for postseason.
Yes, sir. So at district, MISD's hosting it, so we'll be running the tournament. We have it at Margaritaville. We probably have, I would say, the most complete top to bottom 5A district in golf.
Yeah.
There are some teams that have like really, really good teams. Like they'll probably get, maybe a couple medals at state, but they know who they are.
Mhm.
Whereas we have 5 teams in our district where it's going to be only 2 teams get out of district to go to regionals. Now there's going to be 3 teams that are really good that aren't going to get to advance the postseason.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking to we finished 5th, and we had the regional preview. I hosted it last week at Margaritaville, and the Kingwood Park coach goes, "Wow, y'all got 1st through 5th from your district, but the good news is only 2 of y'all get to be here."
Good news for them, right?
And so so that's what she said, and I'm like, yeah, it's a very talented district. Brenham has got a lot of young kids. And they're playing pretty well. You got A&M Consolidated, and Coach McCown over there does a great job in their storied program. And you got College Station as well, that's got some pretty good golfers. They both are they made it to state last year. And then of course Lake Creek, our sister school across the way, runner up at state last year. Really, a lot of talent over there, and they're in our region, our district. And then at the regional preview, they beat us by 1 shot.
Oh, geez.
They got 4th, we got 5th. So it's a pretty tight race.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's going to be a heck of a ride on March 25th, 26th at the district championship at Margaritaville. And like I said, I'm hoping, I told my boys all along, beginning of the year, we weren't posting very good scores. I'm like, guys, we have the talent.
Yeah.
To get there. It's just going to be how hard are we going to work, and from 125 yards and in, who's going to be better? And if we can get up and down, avoid 3 putts, keep the ball and play off the tee, then we've got as good a chance as anybody else. And I think they're starting to realize it, because in a couple of the last few tournaments, we've beaten some of the teams that have been beating us all year, or beaten them on the second round, or like I said the other day, in fact, at the regional preview, we were in 2nd with about 2 holes to go.
Wow.
And then we sort of crumbled coming in, and I said, hey, that's a great teachable moment. Just 1 shot, 1 hole at a time. Let's do our, you got to lock in. And like I said, the ones that did, they're the ones that beat us. And, we'll let them win this one, as long as, we can get 1st or 2nd in district. That's what counts.
Yeah. Win the ones that count, for sure.
Yeah.
And I tell you, this golf is such a mental game. At this level, they're all pretty close. There's not a lot of John Daly's out there driving 400 yards, but mentally, that's the difference between a 76 and an 86, right?
100%. Yes, sir.
I love it. Well, best of luck, Coach, on district play. And hopefully when we check in next time, you're talking about, the rest of the great season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Go
Cool.
Bears.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
At the Woodlands Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, they want kids to thrive, not just in school, but in sports and in life. Pressures like anxiety, ADHD, or even the stress of competition and injuries can hold them back. That's why their team offers specialized care, including sports psychology, to help kids manage performance pressure, bounce back from setbacks, and build confidence on and off the field. They provide complimentary consultations, so call today. Call 281-528-4226 or visit addwoodlands.com because every student deserves the chance to thrive.